Hi Process Art viewers, welcome and thanks for joining me today in my studio. I'm Gail Hodgson and today we're going to be doing a fun little project with using watercolors and Spirograph. So for this project we're going to do a watercolor colorful wash first on this little illustration board, and then it just will take a few minutes to dry and we'll do some Spirograph designs on it. I of course had Spirograph when I was a little kid and I had so much fun with it, and you know, you just forget about that forever. And I recently found it in a thrift shop and I got it and it's been really fun. And there's a couple of things that I remember going wrong too. I'm sure you're going to see that today, the wheels slipping out of the track. Okay, so we'll start with a watercolor wash. And we're just going to use simple little watercolor set. It's just for some nice color. And it's a cute little background. As you can see, there's not really a plan for the watercolor part. It's just fun. I really enjoy doing, you know, artwork that's more about play. It's really, I don't know, it's just a really nice process. Watercolor is really pretty. I don't use it a whole lot, but I do really love how it just moves around and does its own thing. Okay. And I'm just gonna smooth out some edges here so it looks like all cloudy kind of thing. I've always been a creative, well, everybody's creative, I think. I mean, if you cook and you garden, you sew, you know, you do things, make up games and stuff for your kids and all that kind of stuff. So it's like everybody's creative, I think. But I'm of course artistically inclined creative, and it's just been amazing. I've just loved all the stuff that I've created and gotten involved in. So much fun, including YouTube channel. Okay, I'm going to let this dry. Actually, I'm going to blow dry it, and then we can get to the Spirograph part. Do it. Oops. There. Okay, as you can see, that was super simple. So real simple little watercolor set, and you can get a really pretty little background. So now I'm putting this foam core board underneath because I need to pin the Spirograph wheels to this. And I know I'm going to be making some holes in the artwork, but it's the only way it works better than tape. I've tried tape and the tape doesn't work so well to hold this. This wheel needs to be held in place. So then I just figured out, well, later on I'll disguise the holes that this makes with these thumbtacks. Go. Just want to get this wheel so it doesn't move. There we go, that's golden. Oops, I stuck to the foam core too, pretty good. Okay, so we're going to use some of these beautiful colored pens, ballpoint pens for this project, for Spirograph, and these fun little wheels. Now, every time I've played with this and experimented and going around, the wheels slipped off, and I remember that as a kid, and I was like, and then of course your line that's so perfect and beautiful goes all over the place. So I'm just not gonna have to let it be. So you might hear me swear, but we'll beep that out or whatever. I'll try to say a nice swear word. So this is a relaxing art project, but also it's a little bit intense too. So what I ended up doing is just sort of going with, if it slipped off and made a bit of a mess, I just thought, oh, that's just part of the design. You'll see, I hope. Okay, just gonna do, you kind of have to move slowly. Oh, you can see that wheel lifting. Yeah, you kind of have to move slowly with this. But I mean, it is quite delightful. Ah, see, there it goes. One. And then of course you can't really get it in the same spot either. So I'm just gonna go for it. See, now that's gonna be off, but you know what? This is gonna be still a really pretty little project in the end. I had to just surrender the perfection. It is very delightful though to see those geometric shapes forming. Okay, there, and then you go to another little hole and it makes a different, well, let's use a different pen, hang on. Since we have all these cool colors. Okay, let's use, here, see what happens. All of these little holes, there, see it slips again. Oh, I didn't swear, I'm proud of myself. I must feel the YouTube viewer presence. When I was alone, I was definitely swearing. And the pens that this came with in this kit I bought were blobby felt pens. So I went out and bought these pens, knowing that they had to be ballpoint suitable for the little spirograph holes, but it still is not, I don't know, I haven't really researched what's the perfect pen for this. I think I'm going to use that pink again, I like that, so I'll just use a different little track. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, once I sort of like, made peace with that it's going to come off the track, even if I move very purposefully slowly, then I'm less intimidated by it. And it becomes playful again, which is kind of like, that's kind of like life. Okay, let's do one more little thing and then we'll just make one more little shape. This one's not showing up very good, but that's okay. Cool. I like that. I mean, it's missing something here. The gel pens that I do at the end of this is going to fill it all in. So let's do another little shape beside this one, because I kind of want to do a little collage of shapes. I'll just use, there's different wheels and stuff in the kit, but I'll just stick with one for today's project. And you can see those holes, I'll disguise those at the end with gold. hey, there's some kind of Japanese, I can't remember what it's called, this Japanese style of taking cracked ceramics or pottery, and instead of throwing them out, they make it beautiful with gold. Okay, let's use this little wheel and see what it does. See? Was a swear word. Yeah, that wheel keeps popping up. So it is what it is. Cool. Okay, and I'll change color and the wheel position, whole thing. See what this one does. Oops. Cool. It's fun because it's kind of like a discovery process too, where you're not sure what you're gonna get. And there is instructions and stuff on how to do specific kind of shapes, but I haven't really looked into it much. I'm not much of a instruction person. Neat. Okay. And I think one more little shape here. And then you're going to see a cool part too with my favorite thing, gel pens. Spirograph and gel pens, wow. Didn't know I was going to mix those together. It's very fun. Let's do one kind of off here a bit. Don't know why, just intuition. Most of art stuff is intuitive, where one step that you do informs the next step and stuff. So it's kind of, I mean, you can plan something out really specifically, but this is more about discovering. So that's what's the fun part for your nervous system and stuff, is to just explore. I'm going to do this kind of one again, and I want to use this dark blue. Oh, the pen had a blob in all the same spots. That's cool. Okay, let's try here. These little shapes are so attractive to me, and obviously probably to tons of people, because they, you know, geometry and patterns are part of life, you know, nature's patterns and physics. So it's really amazing just to be able to do something with that using this little tool. Like there's mandala art and stuff like that that people are doing. It's really amazing too. I love that. Okay, so let's do, I'm just going to stick with this color because the gel pens are really colorful too. This is really fun. I mean, You can kind of get lost in it. Okay. Cool. Well, let's stick with that. And we'll do the gel pen part now. Seems to me like I really have turned into a mixed media artist, where I like to combine lots of different art supplies and layers and stuff, which is really cool. So I'm just going to color in little sections just spontaneously, and maybe we'll come close in and we'll just go play some music for a while. And when looking at YouTube stuff and content, you know, you can go either way. You can go, I'm going to copy them, what they're doing, follow along, or I'm just going to launch off an idea that I just saw. Either is great. Sometimes it's nice just to copy and follow along what someone's process is doing. And then that can just inform your own process and tapping into your own creativity. I would say creativity helps me in life because it sort of overlaps in many, problem solving kind of, even, paying bills and stuff like that. Or, planning a trip, and it just overlaps. And as far as more deeply, I'm going to say it's feeds my soul. And in doing that in life, when your soul feels more heard, expressed, and connected to from within yourself, I mean, you're just happier in life. Okay, I think we'll stop there. I mean, you can go on and on and on, obviously. And now I just have to deal with these little holes. So I'm going to use the little gold paint drops to deal with that. And we'll put them all around, kind of a thing. I like to use the end of a paintbrush, the other end of a paintbrush, to do my easy way to do dots. There we go, nice small one. So let's see what happens here. It's almost like you're filling it. And this is going to finish it off. And I'm going to put them in other places too. Real simple answer to the problem. This is fun. I'm just adding it in here and there. This is a nice way to make dots on artwork with paint, because it's just obviously leaves a nice little round one, rather than trying to paint one in with a brush. You can even do different sizes. Oops, I'm getting quiet. Okay. Oops. All right. There it is. A little bit of metallic shimmer in there. Yes, it's a sweet little project. Thank you to Process Art viewers for joining me today in my studio. And if you liked what you saw today, please subscribe to the channel, and you can try this at home too. It's pretty simple.